Hey, Lady T. Of course, if y'all on my page, y'all already know that. I just want to ask y'all a question. Check out this background. Y'all know I did this, right? I made this earlier this week, right? But I wanted to show y'all. Y'all see how that corner right there, this corner, and down here is really messed up. I had to epoxy it again. It's because I had cups holding this up so that the epoxy could drain off of it. And I neglected to put a board or something on the back of it. So now I have those dents in it, which is getting on my nerves. But I have to fix it. But I was thinking about this. What do you think about Betty Boop on his background? I already know that um Ruth is gonna say it's too much. I think it's cool. I think she coming out the wild, she come busting out the wild. Rhonda wants her Betty Boop on yellow. Okay. She would pop out like this on the black back canvas, right? Rhonda says she wants hers on yellow. Ouch. This is the other canvas that I did. And comparatively speaking, that looks green now compared to this yellow. I'm not feeling that background too much. But I'm playing around with Betty Boop because I don't really know what to do with her. But I could put her on the background like that, you know, with some trim around it. Or where's the other background I had? Yo, my place is fantastically junky. If that's a thing, it's a thing. This is the one I use my daughter's epoxy, y'all. It still feel rubbery. This is weird. It's the weirdest texture I've ever felt. But we already know that she's not gonna go on this one. But the one I showed you up front, that was the one I really wanted to show y'all because I think it would look nice on there. I already, I think did I Mod Podge her? I Mod Podge the back of her. I didn't Mod Podge the front. But what I do with the yellow one I just had? That's the kind of stuff I do. Do something and then I forget where I put it or what I did with it. Girl, don't let me tear this up because I'm about to tear this. No, man, up right here. And then I'll be mad. So here's this one. Hi, Lone Wolfie. Hi, Ruthie. Black with gold. The first one is nice too. Black with gold. I know the black with gold will bring it out. And then she looked like she need to be praying on this one with all that in the background, right? But it's different. I just like the fact that it's different. Everything's so matchy matchy all the time. But look at that. I think that's really nice. And then I did her too. I did her. I poured epoxy over her on one of my canvases too. And literally, the divots in it are crazy. This one right here. Now, I poured the epoxy on this one. You like the praying one, Ruthie? Okay. This one, I did her. This is the one I did with the glitter glue for her eyelids. All right. This one over here, I haven't done anything to her hair or her eyes or anything. She's just as she is, as she came. This one is enhanced. All right. but I laid her on top of the epoxy as it was setting. But again, I did Mod Podge her too. But I poured the epoxy, and you can see in these little spots where the cups were, because I didn't put anything on the back of it. You see these little spots where the cups were. So now I have to go back and epoxy it all over again. I haven't done it because I was waiting to get some uh what is that paper called? Yeah, parchment paper. Thanks, huh? I was waiting to get some parchment paper, and I got some yesterday, but I've been busy, so I haven't had a chance to do that. But this week, I plan to dedicate myself to doing my crafting. So everything else is on the back burner because my girls be getting neglected over here. So that's her enhanced. This is her not enhanced. But look at that background. How you feel about that background, Ruth? I feel like it's a lot, but I feel like I don't really have to do anything to her because there's so much going on in the background. She's speaking for herself. She don't need a busy background. I mean, she don't need any enhancements with that busy background. That's what I'm saying. I think I am going to dedicate that one to her, even though I was going to put Betty Boop on there. Could put either one of them on there, Betty Boop or this one. I think I'm more like this one on the background because she looks 3D. She looks kind of 3D on this one. Yeah, I think this one was meant for her. And then this one, I just have to re-epoxy it and see how it goes. But this one definitely is calling that one. Yeah. I would like to start some classes so that I can, yeah. Yeah, Boob looked like she was coming out of chaos. But the background is very pretty. This one, I use green, blue, orange, yellow, and white on that one. Rhonda was like, paint her fingernails orange. I'm gonna leave her fingernails just like that, unless I change my mind. So I wanted to show y'all that. I've been wanting to show y'all, but I've been tired. So I'm gonna have three different praying ladies. So I have this one. She doesn't have any epoxy on her yet, but she will. This one already has epoxy, but I'm gonna have to do it over. I'm gonna have to do another layer. And I think I'm just gonna leave her like she is. I don't even think I'm gonna enhance her at all. Because she got enough going on in the background. And then I have this one over here, which I have to do another layer of epoxy on too. She's enhanced. Her hair is enhanced. I love her hair. I'll put some beads on her nails too. And I did that background as well. That was a paint dump, a paint pour. And then we have this lady right here. At the last pop-up shop I went to, three ladies took my cards and they said they wanted to buy her. I ain't heard from neither one of them ladies. But I have some more that I'm going to make up and probably change her hair color and stuff. That's a good thing about art. You can do what you want to do. You know, you can change things. Even though I purchased these portraits because I cannot paint, I cannot draw. I purchased these portraits and I don't try to tell anybody any different. People ask me, "Where'd you get that from? Did you paint that?" No, I did not. I purchased it and I have all the rights to do what I want to do with it since I purchased it. But I also want to make a version of her, a different version of her. But this one I think is my favorite. That's gonna be my favorite. That one's gonna be my favorite. Again, I don't think she needs any enhancement because she got a lot going on in that background. But I like all of them. So y'all tell me which one y'all like the best. This is one, which I have to re-epoxy. This is two. She's not even epoxied on there at all, but she's going to be. No enhancements, okay? And this is three. Tell me which one y'all like the best. I know the light is lighting on this thing today. I like them all for different reasons because I love her hair on this one, and I love her shirt on this one. This one, I also love her hair. I love her eyelids too. And I like the white background. See, this is a white background. The other two have backgrounds. This one's just white. And this one is my absolute favorite. So I was going to give this one to Boop, but Boop, I think you lost out, honey. You have lost the race, baby girl. With, out, and with. I think that is so pretty. And then look at this on the black background. Anything can be chic on the black background. On a bigger canvas, make a black canvas and put her on there. Yep. Yeah. Got it from Etsy. I got the image from Etsy. Look at that. That's fire right there. That's definitely fire. So I'm going to definitely do this one. She is fire all day on that background. Yeah. She's a little too tall for it. So I'm going to have to give her a haircut, a trim. She need a little trimmy trim. I'll give you the information. I'll inbox you on Facebook because I have to look for it. I don't have it right offhand. I will have to get off of here and go look for it and everything. I'll give you the information. But these are my prayer buddies right now. Those three and her. I need to give them names. Of course, her name is going to be the same on all of them. I just got to give, I don't know how to say you're welcome in French, but you're welcome in English. You're welcome in English. And this is my wall. And I'm feeling like I need to find my molds. I don't know where my molds are, but I need to find them. These are these are my claims to fame. And this is my grandbabies. This looks like a Batman right here. This is the one I messed up horribly. These are the ones that I need to epoxy. That gold was coming through. Look at that. That gold really came through. I love it. I need to try that again with a white background though. I got to get me some more money so I can buy me some more of these long canvases. I really like these long canvases. But I'm gonna try white. But I really want to put a scripture on here in white. A nice scripture on there. Or a inspirational saying. but I really want a scripture because that's what I want and make it a set, a two-piece. I want to give classes on how to make these divas, how to create these divas, how to decorate them, how to recreate them. Like Rhonda did this one. See her attention to detail. She did that. Rhonda's very meticulous in what she does, but this girl somehow she lost her eyelashes and her. I don't know what happened to her. She might have had a little bit too much fun. But give people options on how to create things because something you may think is ugly and you don't like, somebody else might think is nice. I told Diva, I thought it was the ugliest thing in the world. And the lady saw it. She said, "Oh, I want that. I want that." I literally mailed it to her because she was literally hype about it. I was like, "Dang, calm down," but she was not calming down. Okay, so stuff like this, how you could use glitter. Like I use glitter and I use UV resin for this one. I use UV resin for her. This I just use glitter. She got eyelashes on too. I was going to use my copper wiring to do that, and I said, no, I didn't feel like it. But this is glitter too. All this is glitter. I was going to get deep at one point and really use branches, but I couldn't find none to, you know, kind of match like that. But I was trying to get real deep. Stuff like this. You see how this is detail. This is attention to detail. Like you really gotta sit down and think about what you're doing. Look at Betty up there. That's Betty Boop too. That's real hair that I cut up from a wig I got from Timu. If you want to use, real stuff on your things, you consider Timu because Timu, you will get the best prices on Timu. And all of this is glitter. These are gems I got from Michaels. And just look, just the detail. That's why people. I was talking to this one guy, and I told him how much my stuff was, and he was like, that's too much." I said, $35. I'm underselling. I'm underselling. I'm hurting myself by going $35. Are you kidding me?" And he didn't buy it. And at the end of the flea market, I was so disgusted. I started saying, "I'll sell myself for $20, $20, $20." And even at $20, people wasn't trying to buy it. I was like, dang, my art is better than selling it for no, people on Etsy selling these things for $85. I was like, you know what? Then whatever. I gotta go in the right market so I can sell my stuff. That's it. But that's what I wanted to show y'all. I don't know. I might be back on later on today if I decide to epoxy this stuff. But the Indians are on their way in, and I got to get out of here because I got stuff to do at church. But I'll keep y'all posted on what I'm going to do. Yes, Lord. Yes. Yes. That's great. That's great. I just got to find out how I want to put the words on the canvas. Like I would have to make, even with, the praying lady, I would have to put her on a big canvas to put a scripture on the side. Um, and I've already considered doing that. I just got to do it. So this week, I told my pastor I'm on vacation. So I'm really going to have to step my game up because our church is having a flea market and I just need this time so I can do things. I'm behind. I got so many things in my mind that I know I should be doing, but ooh, I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. So I got to get my mojo back and get to getting. Every time we have something at our church, I always always back up on my crafts, but I'm not young anymore. I'm 61, so yeah, I want to put a thin layer on the canvas. The next one I do, I'm going to do with mica powder. The next epoxy I do, I'm doing it with mica powder, and it's going to be cute. I was looking for the mica powder the other day. I couldn't find it. And lo and behold, I started going through boxes, and wow, I found a whole box of maca powder. I was so upset with myself. I was like, you know what? You better start labeling things so you can remember where they are, because I completely forgot where it was. But it is what it is. I'm lazy. I don't feel like doing stuff like I used to, because it's a struggle sometimes. But when I get in my mode, then okay, I just gotta get back in it. Because the 16th of August will be here before you know it. And I always do that. I wait till the last minute to do things. And then I'm like, you so goofy. Why would you do that? But it is what it is. So I'm about to go and get ready for church. Um, Today's our church's 65th anniversary. So I'm about to go get ready for that. The Indians will be here in a minute. Excuse me, Rhonda and Zakiah, they'll be here in a few minutes. So let me get in here and get it together. Y'all have a blessed day. Ruthie, I'll send you that information, but I gotta go get ready now. But I'll send it to your inbox on Facebook. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day.